GamePro. We'll show you how to reach the top of the crates and rescue Rangers. A hot tip to build a mega arsenal and warp to the end of the game in Metal Gear. We'll take a good look at 16-bit power and true golf classics and play some cat and mouse with Tom and Jerry. All this and more on GamePro. We're jamming.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to GamePro. I'm JD Ross.
Yeah, and I'm Brennan.
How's it going, bud?
Hey, buddy.
Showtime!
Yeah, we're back on the screen to add the power to your game. That's video game, bud.
You bet we are, B-Man. The techno turkeys back there in the game lab have been cooking this week, and let me tell you something. They came up with some seriously cool stuff, and it all comes from you-know-who, GamePro Magazine, the source for home and arcade video game information, and it's great.
Dude, it has been major game laborama around here. I am not joshing you. Seriously, yeah. We got some awesome stuff coming in from all corners of the video game universe, and that means we've got a whole lot to do today, bud. So what do you say we do some SWAT?
All right. Hey, as we speak, I'm on my way. Let's do it. See you in SWAT World.
Away!
Secret weapons and tactics.
Hey, wow. Guess I'm back in SWAT World again. If you're a fan of those two chipmunks, Chippendale from the monster hit cartoon and game cart, Rescue Rangers for the NES, then check out this trick that'll get you right to the top of the metal crates. For starters, when Chip or Dale comes to a stack of metal crates, have the character stack them straight up in the air. Next, take two of the crates from the bottom of the pile. Oh, don't worry. The other crates won't fall down. Check it out. There's just enough space under the pile to fit a chipmunk. Position your chipmunk underneath the remaining pile of crates. Now, if you start pushing hard and fast on the A button, the character will jump straight through the stack of crates and end up on top. Let's go through that one more time. Have the character stack them straight up in the air. Next, take two of the crates from the bottom of the pile. There's just enough space under the pile to fit a chipmunk. Position your chipmunk underneath the remaining pile of crates. Now, if you start pushing hard and fast on the A button, the character will jump straight through the stack of crates and end up on top. Well, if you like when that chipmunk squashed me, let's go with the cartoon character thing a little longer and take a look at a tip for Little Nemo Dream Master for the NES. Now, for those of you who are wondering who this Little Nemo dude is and why we should care about his dreams, let me just tell you that this Little Nemo was one of the first newspaper comic strips in the United States. Little Nemo has the kind of dreams you get when you eat a triple hot fudge banana jawbreaker pistachio sundae with extra marshmallow right before you go to bed. And if you want into any of his 8 dreams going on inside of his head, here's what you do. First, bring up the title screen. Next, press up, select, left, right, AA, and finally B. Now, this will bring up the Dream Select screen underneath Start. Okay, hit the A button as many times as the number of levels you want to jump. There's 8 in all, so you have a lot of choices. Oh, and by the way, for a good time, check out the Nightmare level, which is level 8. It'll keep you off late-night sugar sweets for at least a week. Now let's go through that one more time. First, bring up the title screen. Next, press up, select, left, right, AA, and finally B. Now this will bring up the Dream Select screen underneath Start. Now, hit the A button as many times as the number of levels you want to jump. That's all there is to it.
Hi, I'm Nick Helfman from Chicago, Illinois, and I have a question for the Game Lab. I've made it all the way to level A2 in the Revenge of Shinobi, but I can't seem to find my way out of the labyrinth. I don't know which way to go or which doors to take. Help.
Yo, dude, chill. The Game Lab Techno Turkeys have this one under control. Check this out. When you first enter the maze, move to your right and jump over the first circle door. Go down along the right to the little lower room and enter the next circle door you come to. Now, enter the circle door immediately to your right. While you do this, hold the right side of the pad so you land on the ledge on the other side of the door without falling down the pit. Now, move to your right and jump over the first circle door. When you come to a dead end, move left, crouch, and jump down through the small opening. Now, dudes, grab up all the special power-ups in this area you can find. You're gonna be needing them to beat Neo Zed at the end of the game. Okay, now once you've grabbed up all the power-ups you can find, go back up through the small opening and head straight up, jumping from wooden platform to wooden platform. When you can't go up any further, go to the left. Keep going left until you can go no further. Now go up again and to the right. There's a power-up hidden above you in this room. Go right and take the far right circle door. Now, move to the right until you come to a wall. Jump up and over the wall and through the small opening. As you go down to the other side, drop straight along the edge of the wall so you don't land in the door at the bottom. And move to the right, enter the door. Now, you should find yourself between two crates. Move to the left, crouching down underneath all the walls. Go into the first circle door you come to past the rifle snipers. Finally, go left and battle the flying ninjas. Watch out! Good shot. Now, take the far left bottom door, and believe it or not, dude, you are out of the maze. Whoa, man, you had to ask, didn't you? That question not only fried 3 Game Lab gonzos, I'm flickering a little myself, but the GamePro T, bam, it's yours. If any of you other gamers have another tough one, send it in. We'll give you the address right at the end of the show.
Don't turn off the machine, bud, because we're coming back with Tom and Jerry on GamePro.
Dude.
Yeah.
You always get to go to SWAT World, you know?
Yep.
And I was wondering, can I go?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely, B-Man. I'll tell you what, today's entrance is going to be in that door right there. Go ahead. Someone's on me. Go for it.
You being serious?
Go!
Ah, right! I'm off to SWAT World. I'm stoked! Ah!
Oops. Don't you hate it when that happens?
Secret weapons and tactics.
Ah, yeah, looking right over the land of GamePro. They look real good down there. If it's a brainer drainer you're looking for, you can't ask for a much better strategy session than in Populous for the Genesis. Now, if you've worked your way through the first few stages and want to skip right to the heavy-duty brain twisters, here's a trick that'll let you jump to any level you like. First, select a new game at the opening. Next, hold down button B and press up or down on the control pad until you see numbers appear on the screen. Each number represents a different stage of the game. Use the control pad to select the different stages by choosing different numbers. Now, if you're ready to mess with your mind in the ultimate test, pick number 2269. That level's as tough as it gets. Go for it. I'm gonna give that one to you one more time. Select a new game at the opening. Next, hold down button B and press up or down on the control pad until you see numbers appear on the screen. Each number represents a different stage of the game. Use the control pad to select the different stages by choosing different numbers. Kick it, buddy.
Yeah, let's check out what the Game Lab Gonzalo Beans had to say about my buds, Tom and Jerry, for the NES. And remember, our techies check these carts out from front side to back side in 4 different categories. Okay?
Absolutely, he's right. They check them out for graphics, sound, effects, whether the game gives you a monster challenge, and finally, the big one, fun factor. They also rate each game with these funny faces and numbers. 2, Well, that only means average. 3 means good. 4 tells you it is happening. And 5, because of the hair, you know that means top of the line, super fresh, ultimate, incredible stuff.
Yeah, ultimate indeed, my friend. Now, we got to begin this review by saying that Tom's been chasing Jerry around with frying pans since before I was crawling in front of the tube with diapers. No lie. They were funny then, and dude, they are still funny now. Here's the story. Tom has mouse-napped Jerry's favorite cousin, Tuffy, and stuffed him in a trunk in the attic. But Jerry has to make it to the attic and rescue Tuffy before he runs out of air. A mouse can't take very big steps, so it's a long way from the basement to the attic. But Jerry, being the totally cool little rodent mouse dude that he is, works his way up the drain pipes inside the wall until he reaches the roof. From there, the little dude has to drop down the chimney, make it across the living room without getting beamed by the cat, and finally, make a dash to the attic in time to save Tuffy. Yo, bud, have to say that's a lot of work. But that's not all, because you see, there's these spider webs inside the wall, and if Jerry's not careful, he's spider bait. Then there's these squirrels, marbles, bees, angry spiders, more problems than cheese in a mousetrap. You know, I think it might be easier to get a new favorite cousin. So, how did the techie temperature takers rate this cartoon action game?
Well, I'm going to tell you, my man, Mr. B.
Okay.
Because for starters, the graphics are totally excellent, with Tom and Jerry showing up on the game screen just like they do in the funnies. The sound, seriously perfectamundo. The noise actually makes the game more fun to play, and how often can you get to say that? As the play of the game, well, there's enough challenge to keep you busy until you get your money's worth out of the cart. You will not need a doctor to fix your control pad thumbs, though. Finally, the game is totally fun. In fact, the Game Lab Gonzos voted Tom and Jerry one of the best 8-bit games to come out this year. So, check it out. It's worth its weight in mozzarella cheese, baby. And that is it for the Pro Review.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, today on The Cutting Edge, we're going to take a major look at a new development in 8-bit cart entertainment called the Super Chip. Now, while we don't want to get too teched out here, the basic idea is that through the use of a special supercomputer chip, 8-bit games look and feel a whole lot like 16-bit games. I know you're excited, so listen up. Just to make sure you're up to speed on all this bit and chip and all that other stuff, let me run down a few points. Most of the games you play these days on systems like Nintendo are 8-bit games. Now, the Genesis runs 16-bit games, and that means you can do just about twice as much programming. This is why the graphics are, well, as a rule, so much cooler on the 16-bit games. But with the invention of the Super Chip, now 8-bit games can look like they're 16-bit games without being 16 bits. Oh, you might want to write this down. Check this out. As you can see here, the graphic capability of these games is a major step forward with what you're used to in an 8-bit game. The new Super Chip means knockout graphics with some of the largest NES characters ever to appear on the NES system. And look, no flicker. Pretty cool, gamers, huh? In this first game cartridge, released by Gamerica, the popular car toys Micro Machines zoom onto the screen with 32 different track configurations, each in 9 different environments. Wow, not what you're used to seeing on the normal 8-bit video game cart. In this terrific cart, called the Ultimate Stuntman, you'll check out some of the most radical boss creatures ever to appear on a home screen. We just never knew they could grow monsters this big. And before the Super Chip, they couldn't. Now, while Gamerica will have 14 of these souped-up game carts on the market, they're promising that there's more to come. And that means in this new era of SNES, your good old Nintendo Entertainment System has a new lease on life.
Hi, I'm Jeff Quirk from North Pole, Alaska, and I scored 1,847,800 points on DJ Boy for the Sega Genesis.
Hi, I'm Jason Anderson from Burlington, Iowa, and I beat Fester's Quest for the Nintendo.
Yeah! Ow! Radical score, dudes! GamePro subscriptions are in the pipe. Remember, bud, if you want to win, gotta send them in.
Yo, hot passwords for Metal Gear when we return to the gym, man.
Dude, I think it's time to go to SWAT World. Time to get psycho, yeah!
The psycho job is your part, SWAT's mine. I'm out of here.
Secret weapons and tactics.
Oh, hey, it's SWAT time. It's also time to get a mental health checkup with Psychosis for the TurboGrafx 16. Now, if you want to gain access to any of the 5 causes for what's ailing you, check out this entry trick. To start things off, hit the run button and quickly hold down button 2. If you did this correctly, the screen should now be black. Okay, keep holding down button 2 and hit the run button in the following way. If you want to go to cause 2, hit the run button 5 times. If you want to jump to cause 3, hit the run button 45 times. If you want to get to cause 4, hit the run button 25 times. Finally, if you want to go all the way to cause 5, you're going to have to hit the run button 100 times. Now, when you're through tapping on the run button, let go of button 2 and come out firing. Let's check that out one more time. Remember, you have to hold down button 2 while you make your choice by hitting the run button. Now, for cause 2, hit the run button 5 times. For cause 3, hit the run button 45 times. For cause 4, hit the run button 25 times. And for cause 5, hit the run button 100 times. If you've been grinding on the NES Classic Kart Metal Gear like I have, the Game Lab goons have come up with a couple of strange passwords to get your game into overdrive. Use the following password if you want to get right to the room before the supercomputer and with an arsenal that includes over 200 bullets for both the handgun and your machine gun, plus 10 rockets and 10 rations. Here's the password. Ellen, Diane, Jenny, Furby, and G-Boss. Once again, that's Ellen, Diane, Jenny, Furby, and G-Boss. Sounds like Metal Gear's programmer has more than game carts on his mind, huh? As you can see, you have over 200 bullets for your machine gun plus 10 rockets. Now, if you want to jump right to the end of the game in Metal Gear, use this password. T1111 11611 11111 11111 11116. Phew! Now, if you can figure out how each of these alphabet and numeric passwords matches up with each of the names in the first password, let us know. If you come up with an explanation acceptable to the Game Lab goons, we'll send you a GamePro t-shirt on us. Here we are, and for those of you who really get into sports carts like I do, the SNES means a lot of opportunities to get your athletic competition on the screen when you can't get it on the field. Or in this case, of true golf classics, on the golf course. You know what I mean. Yo, buddy, check it out!
You're in the clubhouse, okay? At the YLA Country Club, home of the PGA Hawaiian Open Golf Tournament. You're sitting there, you're kicking it, you got your pineapple juice smoothie here, you got your hula babe, she's dancing, it's nice. And then she says, hey, time to tee off. So then you grab your golf clubs, you stroll down to the first tee, and whoa, it's in 3D! Nice!
Now this is my kind of game. This is a truly true-to-life golf simulation for the SNES where the YLA golf course comes to life through 3D graphics that will blow your golf ball clear off the screen.
As you scope out the lay of the fairway, the screen flashes all the necessary info you need. You know, distance from the pin, hole yardage, shots per par, and all that other useful stuff, all right? The game then lets you take control over the direction of your aim, the club you use, your stance, and the type of shot you take. And dude, in case you haven't heard, the weather at YLA is kind of windy, and that's been included too, so better hold on to your golf caps. Yuck, yuck. This card holds up to 10 players in its roster, figures out your handicaps, and conducts professional tournaments. So you can play against the 48 pros from the PGA Tour that are built in, or you can take on your bud one-on-one.
All right. Now, while we played a lot of video golf around here, this game's got things we never thought possible, including caddies, dude. Caddies, and you don't even have to tip them.
No way!
Absolutely. Now, this is a golf cart that really works for me, and I'm sure you'll love it, too.
We've got more lives to give you in Gargoyles Quest. Only on GamePro.
And I have an excellent tip for Gargoyle's Quest for the Game Boy. When you're in the villages, you can trade vials that you have found for talismans of the hurricane, giving you a bonus life for each one you get. The people that sell you these talismans try to sell you just one and tell you any more would be greedy. Ignore them. You can have up to 9 talismans in your possession at one time. 9 extra lives. Hey, there's no law that punishes you for being greedy in this game, so be greedy.
Hey, thanks for the tip. Your GamePro tea's on the way. You're stoked.
And we are out of here for today. Don't forget to send in your QTSs, questions, tips, and scores for the week. You know what we say. Fry an egghead, get a prize. Here's the address. GamePro, P.O. Box 1678, Venice, California, 90291.
Well said, bud. Okay, we're history for today, dude. So later. Peace.
You know it.
I know it indeed.
Let's do it.